Oakland, California. Let's make some noise for my best friend, our headliner, înanç Karaçaylak.
Congratulations. What a great honor. I'll take my jacket off. Thank you, Daddy.
Nice jacket.
Thank you. Wow. What a gift. What a nice day. Just so, let's move this so you can see me better. Before we start, I'd like to say this is being recorded for training. And educational purposes. By God. God is watching. Also, this is very important. I'd like to say I have, due to my ethnicity, have no jokes about anything political today. Very important. I'm not going to say anything negative, nothing bad about our president, Elon Musk. And its helper, Führer Trump. I'm not going to say anything negative. I'm one of you. Consider me the next 3 years white right, alt-right, white. Charlie earlier introduced me as a brown person. That broke my heart. I'm white. And this is surprising, such a beautiful, excessively white audience we have today. Oakland has not seen this many whites. Other than Darcy's party I've been to one time. It's an inside joke. You deserve it. It's an inside joke. Yeah. Cover your face with a pig. That's great. That is ethnically unsensitive and religiously unacceptable. Thank you. Thank you. That's my bestie, Julie. She said this is going to end up in Netflix. I'm happy if it doesn't end up in Fox News. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Some of you might have some ideas. How are you? I love her. I am. You're right along. I see some immigrants here. Show yourselves. Immigrants. Raise your hands. Where are you? Raise your hands. Don't be shy. Very good. 1, 2, 3. That's too many already. 4, 5. You're right. You're right. Earlier, as we talked earlier, most of you were agreeing, immigrants are the absolute worst people on the planet. Yes. Yes, they are. I totally agree with all of you. You're right. Especially the next 4 years, the worst people on the planet. I don't like immigrants anymore. I used to be one about 10 years ago. Now when I see one like you, I say, boy, I tell you what. You don't like it around here, you can get out. I'm a real American now, like Charlie. I'm not afraid of the police, because I'm with Charlie. I love it here now. I like guns, pickup trucks, Second Amendment, I get to have AK-47s. I'm a real American now. For the sake of this joke, I voted for the Führer in the last election. I like hunting for deers and cougars and peasants. Yeah. I'm a real American. I'm really attracted to my cousin now. Stop it. Stop it. He's very cute. He looks like a mix of Orlando Bloom and Johnny Depp and a 7-Eleven worker. By the way, originally, sir, people like you, originally, I'm not from here. And people could be such prejudice towards other people's cultures. They could have so much prejudice when we say words incorrectly. I'm a waterboarding instructor in the daytime. Yeah. Yeah. Originally, I'm from the Middle East. Middle East Bay Area, from a tiny little island, cute little island of Oakland called Alhamida. As a waterboarding instructor, kiteboarding instructor, I love flying kites. And we have kiters here. Yeah, yes. These people call me Mr. Al-Kiter at the beach. I think it's a compliment. It's in Spanish, I think. Thank you. But no, originally, Tom Darcy. Wow. You're a part of this. You're going to end up in Fox News when this makes it. Maybe you go to, I don't know, Guantanamo with me. English is hard sometimes. People could be such, like, prejudice. Originally, I'm from Turkey. Really? Sound is, this is going on and off. Okay. Originally, I'm from Turkey. Any Turks? Some? Great. We don't have Greeks? We're good? I'm not going to do anti-Greek material because I've done it for 15 years and I think this has to end now. Thank you. When I was 16 years old, I was sent to Central America and to the great state of Iowa I asked my dad, where do I go? Do I go to New York, LA, Hawaii? He said, Iowa, my son. I went to Iowa. And I was in high school there, and then I also went to college. I started college on September 1st, 2001. I had the absolute best 10 days of my life. And then in Iowa, at that time, being the only black person at the state, I didn't know much about your customs. So I was, just like many other exchange students, I learned English through the great American, literature channel called South Park, and I was working so hard. And when I started school, my mom said, before you go, son, you should show the Mediterranean to them. Dress nice, wear these tight jeans, slick your hair back, wear a suit, kiss everybody. And speak like that. So I was like, yeah, I will. I learned to say totally awesome. I would say totally awesome to everything. And then I started high school. And the first day in high school, I was a little shy around girls. So I was like, hi. To the boys, I'd be like, hello. And the first day I started school, I would say, hello, my name is înanç, totally awesome. I like everything here. I love the snow. I didn't ever love the snow, but... And a really nice, a racially superior friend, which everybody was then, said, hey, you know what you are, young man? You know what we call guys like you? I said, no. You are a fag. I was like, yeah. I said, may I ask you what that means? He says, that means totally awesome. So I went to everybody in year early 2000, before 9/11, in the last century. I said to everybody, whenever the opportunity came, when I wanted to say something's nice, I would say, you're a fag. And nobody corrected me for 3 weeks. And then one day, which this special is actually dedicated to both my grandmother, God rest her soul, and to this amazing man that came to my life and changed my life, Dr. Hal Green. He's an amazing, amazing minister. And then I learned everything from him. He goes, son, one day at dinner we were having this beautiful lasagna, and you know how kind Christians they eat. Do we have any Christians here? Do we have any Christians, by the way? Yeah, right. Do we have any Muslims? Radical? That one, okay. I'm a radical Muslim myself, by the way. I like to shred the nar. Anyway, my elbow was praying, and he said, dear God, we're so happy that we have this wonderful exchange student. What a nice life. It's just, he just blessed us. And I said, Baba, you are a fag. And he said, where did you learn that, son? I said, you are too humble. You are a fag. More fag than me. Those were different days by then. Then 9/11 happened, and they thought I did it, and I didn't. So I moved here. But also in Iowa, when I was in high school, I had this name. Right, this one, înanç. People read it differently. And my teacher at school, you know, when you start school, you're shy and you're being called fat all the time. And my teacher was, in my birthday, I was born on November 22nd, 1982. That's right, that's a good reaction too. Thank you. Whenever I hear my birthday, I love hearing just love birds singing. When I was, in high school, the teacher, you know, when they read names in Iowa, they go like, Is Joe here? Is Bill here? Is Jose here? Is Scott here? We had some Mexican kids. Is Lindsay here? Is Scott here? Anyway, is Alfonso here? Is Anus here? I was like, wow, that poor Mexican kid. Who would name their child Anus? And then the teacher goes, Anus, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Anus. Our exchange student from Turkey. Turkey boy, Anus. Happy birthday, Anus, Turkey boy, Anus. Our exchange student. And it was November 22nd, which happens to be Thanksgiving. And he said, happy birthday, Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, Turkey boy, Anus, our exchange student. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving. And there was this quiet, like we're experiencing right now. Anyway, I didn't go to prom, nobody wanted to be friends. And then I came here. Yeah, it was not nice. Yeah, I came here. People make fun of my country's name so much. It was hard. But then I reminded myself, everybody originally, we have a state here called Pennsylvania and Virginia. Thank you, Daniel, thank you. How do I know that? How do I know that? Because I am bi-coastal. Yes, I am. Thank you. Very bi-coastal. Aaron, how are you, my bro? Do you like to ride bikes, Aaron? What kind of bikes?
Fast bikes.
That's cool. I'm also bike curious. That was a little LGBT joke. Yes. LGBT. That is how you're supposed to say it. Anyway, these are all jokes. I believe in love and kindness and equality. Yes? That's right. That's right. Do you also? Yes. I do. So a couple days ago, I came home to one of my wives and I said, sweetheart, property. It's a Central American tradition. Go to Utah, you'll know. I said, let's go to the marches. Have you been to the marches, the protests? So I went, yeah, that's right. I went to the march against women's rights, and at the... Stop being such prejudice. At the march against women's rights, they give you signs that said racist on it. Sorry, resist on it. Thank you. This is not working. Let's do some commercials. Do we have any couples here? Are you together? Really? Oh, cool. I know, yours is a green card. That doesn't count. He's an amazing pilot. Yeah. What was I saying?
Commercials.
Thank you, Julie. I forgot. I have such a small attention span. I was the poster child for this amazing thing growing up. I was very popular in Turkey for ADHD, and then I bought myself a Ford Focus. Driving on my Ford Focus here on Shatak Avenue. I saw a cute girl. I was like, cute girl, what are you? She's like, I'm a Ford Escort. I was like, I said, I don't know if we should Ford Explorer this. Things Ford escalated, and then not a good joke. Are you pro-choice? Are you pro-life choice? Do you choose life, sir? Do you choose life? Bro, are you choice? Are you choosing life? Bro choice? Do you choose life? Are you for choice? Against? Do you believe in equality?
Yes.
Are you for women's rights?
Yes.
Against? Are you for cancer? Do you run for cancer? You're running against cancer? Pro-choice? Life choice? Are you against choice for equality, women's rights? This is how it feels when you first come to America. You never know what to say. This is how it is all the time. I can't believe I get it almost standing masturbation for this. Anyway. I love it here. It is so nice. So beautiful. You never know, this might go to Fox News again. I love my island, Alhamida. I don't want to end up in Guantanamo. What was I saying? Are you an alpha? You're an alpha. Yeah, ooh. Yes, you are. You're an alpha. I can feel it. Do you use words like synergy and like trade winds? You're probably a manager at work. Are you a manager at work?
I'm retired.
Of course. Why would someone like you want to work? Your wife finds it somewhat funny. What's your reason for being together other than green card?
Love.
That is very nice. There's not much I can do about you. I don't know, the age here is different than I expected. We have a little bit of elderly Caucasian dear friends here. So I have to change my set according to your grace. You'll like this. I have a friend. This is the worst joke I've ever written. It's so dumb. I have a friend, and her name is Shania. And Shania is so nice. Also, Shania is a singer from the 90s. She's a country singer. One day I called Shania. I said, Shania, how are you? She goes, I'm good. I moved to Berkeley. And I bought myself a Subaru. I'm like, Shania, but how about the music business? She's like, I love Berkeley. It's the best place. It keeps going. I love Berkeley. I have a Subaru. I love doing Berkeley things like, hugging trees. Tripping on mushrooms. I love Berkeley. I drive my Subaru to the man burning. I love man burning. It's a great American tradition, by the way. You probably started it, sir. And I said, Shania, I get it. You bought a Subaru and you moved to Berkeley. But how's music business? She goes, I love Berkeley. I said, enough. Tell me about life. She's like, I have the best brake systems, and this is being sponsored by Subaru. I have the best brake systems. I'm like, Shania, I get it. You bought a Subaru. And you moved to Berkeley, but this is for you. That don't impress me much. This is what you do when you just have nothing, and the joke is going nowhere. This is a very unended joke. By the end of today, you'll probably be like, what happened there? I want everybody to feel better about themselves and go like, what? Why? And all I want for the future is to do better than the worst clown that we have, who happens to be also Turkish, Dr. Oz. I want to do better than that guy. That's all I care about. Then I'll go back to blowing up little missiles and bombs on 4th of July like in America. Somebody go, psst. Thank you. I'm an Eminem. You may wonder what is. Thank you. Is that what you were going to ask me, sir?
What's that?
Very good question. Thank you. I'm glad you asked. I'm from Oakland all day, every day. 28/7. Yeah. There's some gangster shit. I shouldn't say. Are you a Niners fan? 69ers fan? What was I saying? Raiders? I don't know which sport is it? Foot basketball? Okay, I was testing you. All right, whatever. Jade is here. This is one of my best friends. I love her so much. By the way, yeah, I have some good friends here. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you. And hopefully, by the end of tonight, everybody's at least on a no-fly list. But you're all converting into radical Islam. You know that. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, where you shred the nar all day. I did say that before. Charlie, I'm looking at your jokes. It's so great. Much better than mine. I'm from far east Oakland. Okay. What was I saying? Eminem. One time a guy came up to me and said, do you accept our Lord Jesus, our Savior? And do you believe in John 3:16? Whenever that question comes up, I always go, sure, 100%, yes. He said, are you yeah. By the way, if you look at my IMDb, I'm on a evangelical movie about spreading the love of Jesus, and I wanted to do it because it was an extra job. And I don't know why I'm telling this story. I wasn't planning this. This guy said, you're going to play a very special shepherd. I said, great. And then he said, I'm so glad a real Ephesian man like you, who is really digging deep into scripture, a true Christian. I said, sir, I hate to break it down to you. I'm a radical Muslim. He's like, well, anyway. Eminem. The guy said, hey, you know what? You are not just Muslim. You are a Mormon Muslim. I was like, what is a Mormon Muslim? He says, I'm glad you told me. Let me tell you what a Mormon Muslim is. A Mormon Muslim is a Muslim that is Mormon. I was like, wow, that's so cool. So, did I sign up? He's like, you signed up in birth. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, what do I do now? He's like, you'll find out. So I went to a bookstore, a big bookstore, Barnes & Noble. And I said, hello, can I look at your religion section? They're like, yeah. I went to the religion section and I looked for the Book of Mormon. And I couldn't find it. I said, excuse me, I couldn't find it. How about non-religion section? They're like, no. Then I went to the fiction section. I couldn't find it. Then I went to the non-fiction section. I also couldn't find it. Then I went to the door, to the person, and I said, knock, 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 excuse me. Have you heard of the Book of Mormon? And I said, get out of here. First day as an Eminem, I was prosecuted. How disrespectful. Do you love whales? I love whales. I got to see 2 whales last week, actually. I'm not making it up. Gray whales. It's a racially unacceptable term, but that's what they're doing. No joke. I love kites. We all do, right? Ocean is so nice. Kirk, right? It's the best thing. So when I started kite surfing, when I was dreaming about it 20 years ago, I was living in Iowa and I got this, after college I got this, which kite came from Alameda, and there was a board and a kite, and I was, this guy, but at that time I didn't have US citizenship. I went from Des Moines Airport to Kansas City Airport with a board bag, and I said, I am going to California. They're like, what? What you got in that bag? I was like, kiteboarding stuff. And they were like, what the hell is a kiteboard? There was a picture of George Bush II. I was like, whoo! And I put my Turkish passport with a crescent moon and a star. And they're looking at me like, that's a suspicious beard and an awkward name. I said, I'm going to California for kite surfing. They're like, kite surfing? That's not how I was talking. That's how you get it. I said, yeah, kite surfing. They're like, what is that? I got a strap on a harness. And then there's a parachute. We're getting on a plane. Basically, it's a parachute. And then there's this big board bag. She's like, what bag? A harness and a parachute and a bag. I said, yeah, there's also lines and I have a knife in there in case things get out of control. Kansas City Airport, I said, yeah, kiteboarding. She's like, what? And I thought that's one of the first times I thought I should try comedy. I said, yeah, look at this board bag, kiteboarding. She said, I'm gonna ask you one last time. What you got in that bag? I thought it'd be so cute to say, I have my girlfriend in there and we're on a budget. Yeah. Anyway. I was like, wow. Yeah. They say in any given crowd, 1 out of 3 people are gay. That's good. I'd like to find who's gay in this crowd. Let him go. You are gay. Let your cousin's hand go. Oh. Terrible joke. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Just for the safety, let's do it the other way. 1, 2, 3. It is you against me. Yeah. Thank you guys. You guys are so great. You've been such fags. I don't want to bring that terrible word back this way. That's painful for me, and I'm using it in a nice... No, it's not good. Don't. I'd like to do an impression of what country music sounds like to us brown people. Mostly heavily Caucasian crowd. Is he the exchange student? Yeah? Are you? Of course. 3 years, then 5 years to get your citizenship. Maybe later, because of this guy. Just speak nicely of fear Trump. Will say like, he's so great. Thank you. Yeah. What was I saying? Thank you, sir. That is exactly why you're the leader. That's right. That's so cool. Country music, yeah. I'd like to have you be our leader. Let's do a little bit of a clap, clap. So, of course you stop. You're gonna feel terrible about what you're doing right now. This is what country music sounds like to us brown people. Shoot them browns and stop. Doesn't it though? Bo, right? Thank you. Boy, I tell you what.
Question.
Yes, sir.
How do you say Turkey in Turkish?
That is a politically dangerous question, sir. You want me to?
I would. Please.
The Great Ottoman Empire. Yeah. You know what else we say? You know what else we say? You know what my phone's password is? 1453. You know what it's short for? No more Constantinople. That's how you say it. That's how you say it. So, that's how you say Turkey. They changed it to Turkey, but you know, people are gonna make fun of it. That's what they do. You know, again, you have a state called Pennsylvania and Virginia. And like right there, you know, right by Gulf of America. So it's just, right? Would that be cool if all those states had like real Turkish names? Like, can you imagine? I can't see, you're not imagining. Such a Byzantine mindset you have, sir. What's leading you to ask this question? Are you Greek? Are you one of them? Why are you bringing that whole Hellenic agenda here, sir? Oh, Greeks, right? I want to name this probably Hellenophobic. I thought it'd be funny. Obviously it's not. Because by the way, I love the country of Greece. We're very close, and I wish we were always together, and I wish there was no wars. You're laughing at it. Okay, we'll keep at it. Since Helen, we've been fighting, and so 4,000 more years of just 1453. Yeah, all right. We don't have Greeks here, right? We're safe. We have like max 4 immigrants and like no Greeks. We have a big problem in both East and the West Coast, as you know. And also in Central States, right? The Great Caucasians. It is a big problem. Have you ever seen a Great Caucasian? You're looking. Okay. I'm sick and tired of telling racial jokes. I'm not. Thank you. I feel like I'm stuck here. I wrote so many names and things in here. It's just pretty quiet. Okay. You know, me and Julie, we have this really cool show called Story Slam Oakland. And it's so nice. Yeah. And we had such fun together. And now being here with my best friends, Julie and Charlie, and these amazing people, is so nice. What a blessing it is. And yeah, I'm so honored and I'm so thankful. But I think it's important that we also have some importance when it comes to rights of children. Children are important. They're our future. And do you care about children, anybody? Thank you. I'd like to do, this is a very special, I think you all know the words. This is, let me get ready. Please join me. 1877 cars. Let's do it better. It's going to be on the special. Okay, let's do it together. 1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your kids today. Wow. Sir, you're clapping at this. Which breaks my heart because here in California, not only in California, most of the Central American states, my coastal regions, there are hundreds, if not hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of beautiful Caucasian juvenile children who have zero access to driving cars. And we exchange children for cars here. Us Turks were the Mexicans of Europe. Unfortunately, we all speak German. It's a very sad thing, sir. It started with baklava, and now it's a racial war. Turks and Germans. Do you like Germans? Do you like Germany? Do you like to go sehr schneller in the Autobahn with your Tesla? Do you? You don't like, nein? You don't like to go sehr schneller in the Autobahn with your Tesla? Like Elon Musk? He says it's a Roman salute. As if it's a better thing. Yeah, Roman salute. You know what the Romans did? A lot of Of course, then we came as Turks. Say the whole situation. We brought happiness and baklava to the world. And döner, not gyro. Gyro is the Greek name, that's not right. Right? If nothing else, I want you all to go home as a full Hellenophobic people. No, they're wonderful. Great. Greek. I can't even say it. Ethnically, I can't even say it. Greece is great. I tried, but that doesn't come out. I try, it's just ethnically impossible. I'll try. Anyway. I think we accidentally, how are we in time? I don't even know. This is who I call my best friend. What is Actually, I love you somewhat. I've been doing comedy for a while, and I want to make sure that people always say my name wrong. And it hurts sometimes, like being called Turkey boy, anus, whatever. But the right way, înanç means belief. And because people can't say înanç, I had to change it to Ino, which also happens to be a Greek goddess, which is a big problem. So, Ino, bring it down a notch, Karaçaylak. I'm so sick and I have so many friends that call me with other names. Charlie never know my name. And I'm so sick and tired of correcting. I just want this to be known since this is being taped, and hopefully it's not being sent to Fox News, but my real name is înanç Karaçaylak. But hey, who cares? Anyway. Yeah. I guess that's it. All right. Thank you.